So another thing that bit me was Kdenlive. Okay.
Now, let's listen. All right, hold up before just a minute. Like, I don't want it to
Okay.
make it sound like we're beating up on KDE here, but you know,
It just happened this way, man.
it's not intentional. We really love it. I'm still using Plasma, so we're okay. We're friends.
Oh
It's good.
yeah, no, none of this has scared me away. As a matter of fact, I'm double dipping. Hang on, like this is not.
There you go.
Let me just get into it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I haven't uninstalled Plasma. We're still running that 100%. But Kdenlive decided to bite me too, and I think a little bit of this is early adopter fever. Because I saw 2402, the major release,
Right.
and I'm jumping on that, man. Because not only does it speed up the timeline and seeking and dealing with larger files and interface interaction faster.
Sounds good.
Now it takes full advantage of DirectX on Windows. So Kdenlive on Windows gets a speed up, and it takes advantage of Metal on Mac OS. On the M1 Apple Silicon whatever stuff.
Those things, yeah.
Yeah. So on every platform that Kdenlive runs on, I don't know if y'all have been listening to this show for a very long time, but you will maybe remember that I love cross-platform stuff that runs on all of the systems, right? Because there are days I just don't know what system I'm going to be on.
Well, I'll say this,
So
too. I mean,
nice.
if you've been watching us on YouTube and Tilvids, you've been watching a video that's likely been edited on Kdenlive.
Not likely, definitely.
So
100,000%, all of it is from Kdenlive. So, and I'm not switching anytime soon, even though this thing happened. So, okay, so I'm excited about the cross-platform ability of Kdenlive in the past, and then they went all in 2402. So I was like, well, gotta get it now. Definitely installing this today, and then we recorded episode 15. And then I edited episode 15. And I get it edited, like ready to go. I need to add in a couple of banners and stuff to get it ready for YouTube. The audio version is already ready. Like that has already come out of Kdenlive, so we're good. I'm waiting till the next day to do the rest of the video stuff. And I load it up and the timeline looks weird. I'm like, I didn't leave stuff like that. And I try to zoom in, and I realize I'm like on hour 18.
We didn't record for that. Like, we go a long time, folks, but we do not go 18 hours worth.
Yeah, no. We get 2.5 hours usually. Like that's the extent of our recording
that would be
session,
a lot,
right?
Yeah,
yeah, and that's a big one. So I'll edit the show. It's usually down to about an hour and a half, maybe a little less, and then I'll put stuff that I've taken out of the show or want to use for later. I'll put that later on in the timeline. You know, around the 2-hour mark, I'll put a bunch of stuff out there, and then that may stretch out to the 3-hour mark or something like that.
Like shorts
a lot
or
of blank
things like that you're saving for something else.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of blank space in that, right? So it's not a full 3-hour, whatever. Anyway, so I'm sitting at this timeline and I'm looking at it, and I'm at hour 18. It takes me a minute to process that. Oh, that's not minutes, that's hours. What? So I scroll in and out. I move the marker and I play bits of it, and I'm like, this shouldn't be on hour 7. This was like 30 minutes into the show. And so it finally fully dawns on me that what happened was the show was like copy pasted over and 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 over again, all the way out to what I suspect may be Kdenlive's maximum timeline length of like 24, like a full day, like 24 hours or something. It's 20-something hours.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is not right. This is not good at all. Please tell me I haven't lost my edit. Well, folks, I lost the edit. It wasn't a good day. And there wasn't anything I could think, of course, hindsight's 2020. I should have had
another
incremental
copy.
Saves up. Yeah, right. Like, okay, of course, sure. But, in the moment, there was nothing that I could do to salvage that I knew of. Maybe there are cool tricks that maybe someone can swoop in and tell me, hey, it turns out you didn't have to spend that extra few hours redoing everything. You could have just gone back and done this. So, if that's you, if you know Kdenlive tricks and you could have helped me, let me know. Because like I said, I'm not dropping Kdenlive.
Right.
We're going to try it again, but I was unhappy about that. And
understandable.
So I have this habit of keeping the older versions around.
Mm-hmm.
So I installed 2312, whatever the one previous to this
maybe?
was.
Yeah, it came out
something like that.
November probably. Yeah. October.
Yeah, and then just did a super quick edit. So actually in episode 15 you'll notice that the astute people that listen to the audio and then go and watch the video. Yeah, you don't exist, unicorn person. But if you do actually go do that, you'll realize that the video edit and the audio edit don't actually sync up this time. Whereas every episode from ever does. Because it's the same thing, right? Like the video and the audio are actually the same exact show with the same exact cuts. I just render the video later on because I add flavor to it. So anyway, so I go back, do it in 2308, whatever the last version
whatever it was, yeah.
And I spit that out, but I refuse to close it. So I do. So I spit out the show, and then a couple days later, I'll do individual bits and then put those out by themselves, and then I'll go back and do a couple of shorts if I have time. But that whole entire time, I did not reboot. I did not I didn't do anything to mess up the status quo. Because even though it was on a known working version, I was like, maybe it's my computer.
Well, you always question yourself. I mean, I'm not above reproach, so yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and there very well could be a hardware aspect to this. So I'm not even 1,000% positive this is a Kdenlive issue. The stars just could have aligned. Is Mercury in retrograde? I don't know.
We turned the sun off yesterday, so I mean, maybe.
Right? It was magnetism, dude. I don't even have any hard drives anymore, but it could have been.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could have been. So, yeah, it's a Kdenlive problem, but I don't know if it's Kdenlive's fault. So, this is why I'm gung ho. They added they've put out a bug fix release 2402.1. It addresses a timeline issue that eerily sounds like the issue that I ran into. Their focus was subtitles, but it was things not lining up after a save and after a reload.
Okay.
And I'm like, but that's my thing.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe it's fixed then.
I think it very well could be. But again, like I said, this has not scared me away from Kdenlive at all. I'm just going to install the update, and we're going to give this another go. I'm going to be smart about it and take incremental saves like I should have in the first place.
Fair enough.
And, if something crazy happens, I should be able to go back and not lose the entire edit.
Well, that would be good, yeah.
But, if it does work out, then I also get to take advantage of all the really cool things that came out in 2402 as well. So
that would be nice.
And the portability, because what I was really actually planning on doing was editing it in Linux, like trying to render and export it on Windows, and then going and rendering and exporting it on some Apple hardware too.
Yeah, doing a little benchmarking. And just kind of getting a
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now, so I didn't mention before, but Linux also got Vulkan support.
Right.
So everything used to be ported through OpenGL no matter what platform you were on, no matter what hardware you or operating system you were using.
Right.
But now Vulkan for Linux, DirectX for Windows, Metal for Apple, and so it actually uses the platform specific tooling to make things much, much faster. And so I was like, I'm just going to pick. You know what? I'm just going to use open source software on whatever platform works the best, and we're just going to keep going that way with it. And if it's Linux, it's Linux. That's great.
Well, it'd be nice to do a comparison on it, right? I mean, just to see where it's at. That's fair.
But then it all kind of didn't happen the way I wanted it to. Yeah. So hopefully this episode, lands when it's supposed to and everything. I don't lose that. I'm going to be smarter about it, though. Be smarter about it. Yeah, cross your fingers for me, everybody. Well, okay, I take that back. If you're hearing this, I'm just gonna hope that you crossed your fingers for me. Yeah. Because apparently it got out. Everything happened.
Yeah, things happened.
Cool.
All right. Well, hopefully that works out, and hopefully continued success with KDE and Kdenlive.
I'm not leaving either of them.
I'm not either.
I hope there's success to be had because I'm not stuck. I want to be here.
You're gonna have to do more than that to scare me off, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I also don't install global teams though. So
yeah, I generally don't do that either. If you enjoy our faces and enjoy Leo's Kdenlive edits, you can watch them on YouTube, or even if you just want to get all the history bits, you can catch that over at Tilvids. I mean,
we try to edutain you so well over there.
That's right. I mean, Tilvids is a great PeerTube instance, and we're so gracious for their support of our show, allowing us to post on their platform. And it's open source software, so that's pretty fantastic, and it's on the Fediverse. So I mean, it's getting around all the places, so that's pretty nice. It's been a great addition for us. And if you really, really love us, you could go on over to Patreon and give us $1 or $2, and you get great perks and early access and high quality audios and all that stuff. I mean, we love
all
your support,
kinds of stuff.
So we give you all the good juicy bits.
Absolutely. And Tilvids actually, not too long ago, they increased our storage size. I think they're trying to tell us something.
Well, keep them keep them coming, I think is what they're telling us. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we don't plan on stopping. So challenge accepted.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you for all your support everywhere, wherever you are.
However you do it, dollar or not. Thank you.